first, the government is not going to have to go around rounding people up and actually forcing them into these FEMA camps by force. They will actually do it so that you will actually willingly walk yourself to that FEMA camp and check yourself in on your own accord. Today, you are going to learn how the government is going to force you into a FEMA camp. So stay tuned.
Freedom seats for everyone! That's just fun.
So with having this prepping channel for several years now, I have seen over and over again, time and time, how a lot of preppers have a huge fear that the police and the military, after SHTF, that the police and the military will round everybody up and force them into FEMA camps. So today's video is actually going to talk about how they will actually force you into those FEMA camps, and I want to give my blood cousin props or a thank you for this video idea. This was his video idea and not mine. So hey, thank you, cousin. So first things first, the government is not going to have to go around rounding people up and actually forcing them into these FEMA camps by force. They will actually do it so that you will actually willingly walk yourself to that FEMA camp and check yourself in on your own accord. Now, the way the government can do this is by actually controlling the food. And then once the government controls the food, then they can restrict that food. And then they can make people so hungry by restricting that food, by not giving it out. They can make people so hungry that then the people get so desperate out of starvation. Again, the people will then actually walk themselves to that FEMA camp and check themselves right in. Now, the government won't just come right out and say, hey, we're restricting the food to force you to come here. They will give whatever excuses they can give to actually get you to come to those camps. They'll say, we don't have enough food to go to really spread it all out. You got to come here for it. Or they'll say, we don't have enough manpower to get it out there. You have to come to one of our rescue center camps in order to get it. Now, they won't call it a FEMA camp. They'll call it a rescue center or something like that. They won't want it to have a scary name to it. So they will, again, restrict the food, get you so desperate from starvation that you will willingly go there yourself into their rescue center. And then in exchange for feeding you, they will tell you that we want your labor in exchange for this food to help rebuild society, or whatever that they say. Then once you're in there, then you're going to realize that you're not allowed to leave. Now, they're not going to tell you, you know, you're a prisoner now. What they will tell you is, hey, once you come in here, you're not allowed to leave for security reasons. There's bad people out there, or whatever reasons they come up with. They're going to say, if you come here and we feed you, we're going to want your labor in exchange for the food and the medical care or whatever else that we give you. Plus, we can't allow people to come and go as they freely want for security reasons. So we all know how society is. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be tripping over themselves to sign up for this, to sign up to do this. And then by the time people actually realize that they are actually prisoners and that they can't leave, they're not going to care. They're going to be used to it. They're used to, too many people, not us preppers, but too many people are used to giving up their freedoms in exchange for safety and whatever else. Now, this video is actually meant for you folks that are actually worried about the government forcing everybody into FEMA camps. As a 20-year police veteran and someone that's worked in the government for 20 years, I know how the government works. The government doesn't want everybody in camps. The government would rather have people sleeping in their own homes and having to dispose of their own waste and stuff like that, because we have to remember that when the government has somebody in a camp, they have to pay for that person's food. They have to, you know, make ways to dispose of that person's waste when they go to the restroom. They have to take care of that person medically. They have to provide a bed for that person, etc. So again, the government just doesn't want everybody in these camps. They might want the free labor and stuff like that, but they don't really want to house people at the same time. Now, I know the United States has a pretty big prison system, but the amount of prisons, the amount of FEMA camps that they would have to do across the country to put everybody in some type of a FEMA prison camp, it would just be more infrastructure than what the government could handle. Again, they just would not be able to have enough walls, enough fencing, enough beds, enough guards to have everybody inside of a FEMA camp. Again, as much as the government would like your free labor in rebuilding society or whatever, they'd much rather have you sleep in your own house, sleep in your own bed, and disposing of your own waste and all that good stuff like that. But anyways, if you are one of those people that are really worried about the government putting everybody into FEMA camps after SHTF, the way that you can combat this, the way that you can keep yourself from being one of those people that willingly go in and check yourself in, is by being as self-reliant as possible, and also as much food independent as you can possibly be. By stockpiling as much long-term storage food that you can, and also learning how to produce your own food, that will keep you from becoming so hungry that you check yourself into the camp out of desperation and starvation. So what I like to do for myself is I like to have a full year's worth of food for me and my family that will feed us pretty close to 3,000 calories per day, per person, again, for about 1 year. And what you're looking at here is my long-term storage dried goods such as pasta and potato flakes, and of course beans and rice and other things like that. And then I also like to have some freeze-dried food in my food stockpiles too. And the reason why I like freeze-dried food in my stockpiles also is because it really gives you some variety, some excellent taste, some stuff that you can have on special occasions like Christmas morning or something like that. Now what you're seeing here is freeze-dried food that I have from Nutrient Survival. This stuff really kicks butt. I've had it. I really enjoy it. It really tastes great. It stores for 25 years, and it's actually pretty decent for you to eat and will keep you in fighting shape for after SHTF. And if you're interested in checking out Nutrient Survival's food, I'll put an affiliate link down below. You can check them out if you want to. Then the other thing I like to put into my food stockpiles, I don't have a whole lot of this, but I do have some, which is canned goods. Again, these will add variety and extra nutrients, plus it can actually help make your other food go further, you know, like pouring soup, canned soup, over your rice that you have in your long-term storage stockpile. And then another big thing that I like to do besides having my food stockpiles and also practicing gardening is I am a huge proponent of learning how to garden and then also harvesting heirloom seeds. You've heard me say this hundreds of times now in my videos, but it's so important because with those heirloom seeds, you can harvest those seeds out of what you grow and what you harvest. You can save those seeds then to plant new gardens the following year. And what I really love about heirloom is you will get dozens or hundreds of seeds out of one piece of vegetable that you grow. So like one tomato plant, you will get nearly 1,000 seeds from one tomato plant with all the different tomatoes it produces. So you can take one tomato plant and turn it into almost 1,000 new tomato plants the following year. And you can do that with squash, zucchini, corn, and all these other different vegetables that you can grow. And I think this is so important because after SHTF, you probably won't be able to go to the store every springtime to buy new seeds for your next year's garden. So folks, why don't you do me a favor and please comment down below. Do you feel like the government will force people into FEMA camps, or do you feel like that they will do tricks like restricting the food so people will actually check themselves into the FEMA camps? And to learn about a kick-butt gun company that plans to defeat gun control, then click on the video that should be appearing on the screen just about now to learn that powerful knowledge. Anyways, folks, that is enough internet for today. It is time to go train. And folks, if you made it this far, hey, thank you very much for watching, and I pray that you have a good night.